time for a high school basketball game night. Now here's your play-by-play announcers for tonight's game.
You ready? Hello and welcome to Dothan High School, where the Dothan Tigers are hosting their crosstown rivals, the Northview Cougars. Hi, I'm Mick Kirkland along with Dunn McLeod, and cameraman tonight is Brian Nyman. And Dunn, this should be a high-flying, fast-paced, high-tempo game.
You're absolutely right, Mitt. I'm looking forward to an exciting game tonight. Dothan so far this season has gotten the best of Northview, but I think Northview is ready and they're coming with a game plan tonight.
They played them pretty close in the first game, but Dothan kind of ran away with them in the second game. But I think you'll see this being a competitive game. Greg Marsh scores for a three and a big, powerful rebound, that time by Levert Bristol and number 40, Marquez White.
Absolutely. Looks like Northview is going to start out with a zone defense, and they're going to try to push this ball up, and that was a very good-looking play there.
That foul was called on number 44, Devontae Johnson of Dothan. His first, the team's first. At the line is number 30, Mitchell. He misses the first of two. He misses both of his free throws and is rebounded by Jamal Rogers.
Looks like Northview wants to start out with a little bit of a press.
Johnson drives out the baseline for two.
Good heads-up play.
Northview comes back. Mitchell puts it up, misses. Rogers gets the rebound. Kirkland over to McGee. McGee goes for a three. Off the mark, rebounded by Bristol.
Northview is doing a good job of making sure they turn and box a man out to get that defensive rebound.
In the game for Northview is number 40, Marquez White, number 30, Antonio Mitchell, number 24, Bristol, number 10, Chitty, and number 5, Jalen Harris.
You can tell, Mitt, there is a lot of energy and excitement with these two teams. They've grown up. These kids have grown up playing against each other on the playground. They're excited about playing each other tonight.
Mitchell puts it up, misses, rebounded by Kirkland. Greg Marsh brings it down over to Bernard McGee. They're double teaming Rogers. They're going to try to keep him out. Rogers looks like he wanted to shoot. Kicks it back out. McGee.
Dothan's doing a great job of moving the ball around.
Kirkland for three, missed. Rogers gets the rebound. And a nice feed over to Johnson, who couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, Johnson just had a little bit of a mental letdown right there and couldn't hold on to that ball.
Jalen Harris gets it to B.J. Chitty, into Bristol. Bristol puts it up, misses, and there's a battle for the rebound, and Northview wins that battle. Bristol spins, shoots, up, gets the roll for two. Levert Bristol.
There is a lot of energy in this game right now. Both teams are going to have to settle down a little bit and make sure they can execute some plays here.
Now on the court for Dothan, going out is number 44, Devontae Johnson. In for him is number 35, Stephen Trewick. Number 15, Bernard McGee. Number 22, Greg Marsh. Number 31, Adrian Kirkland. And number 12, Jamal Rogers for the Tigers. We're tied at 2 apiece. Northview's playing a lot more aggressive. The shot by Trewick is missed. And the putback by number 15, Bernard McGee, is good. Dothan goes ahead by 2.
There was a great effort on McGee's part to stay with that ball and pull up and get the easy shot in.
Dothan is coached by Coach Porter, and Northview is coached by Janeski Flemings.
Looks like Dothan's going to play some man-to-man defense. Right there, they're gonna pick up that press.
And they get it to Rogers on Bristol, and Rogers loses it out of bounds. So the Dothan Tigers turn it over to the Northview Cougars. I expect to see a battle tonight between number 24 for Northview, Bristol, and number 12 for Dothan, Jamal Rogers.
Absolutely. We've seen Rogers play throughout this season from time to time. It has been Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. We're going to see if he can continue that tonight.
Antonio Mitchell takes it down, and he slips and slides, and they call him for traveling.
Just lost his footing, but I like the aggressive play of trying to get to the basket there. Mitchell's going to be a big part of this game tonight.
Mitchell's got to be a big part of this game if he expects Northview to win. Rogers goes in, no call for two. Battle of the big men.
Absolutely.
And it's blocked by Traywick. Shot up and good coming from Jalen Harris. So it's a Dothan lead, 6-4. Good defensive play that time by B.J. Chitty, knocking it out of bounds.
On the other end, on Dothan's end, that was a great block by Traywick. A great effort exerted. There's a lot of energy in this game. One of these teams are going to have to settle down, make sure they execute their half-court game.
McGinn bounds the ball to Marsh. He's been defended by Harris over to Rogers. Marsh looks over to McGee. Marsh drives the baseline, puts it up, and banks it off the glass for two. Greg Marsh.
Great execution by Dothan. They took their time, executed a half-court game.
Mitchell goes in and up high. And Trey was going to be called for the blocking foul. That will be his first, the team's second. Actually, the team's third. At the line is Antonio Mitchell. He's 0 of 2 from the line. And we have a timeout on the court with 3:25 left in the opening period. Dothan on top, 8-4. Antonio Mitchell is at the line for Northview. He's 0 of 2 from the line. That time he knocks in one. Second attempt is short and is rebounded and put back, and it rolls out. That was a good put back that time by number 40, Marquez White, and Marquez White gets the steal, and Harris falls down, and he's called for traveling.
They're going to have to check to see if that floor is wet. That's the second time we've seen a player slip there.
They're checking it out. Dothan inbounds the ball to McGee. He gets it down to Traywick.
Look out.
Who goes to Rogers through the back door and slams it in for two.
Great heads-up play. Great heads-up play by Traywick.
Mitchell comes back over to Bristol. Bristol from behind the three-point line. Missed. Rebounded by White. Puts it up. Missed, but Bristol's there to put it back. Another put in coming from number 40, Marquez White. Good offensive rebound in that time by the Cougars. Traywick's going to be called for the offensive foul, and that's his second. He went in that time a little out of control.
Just a little bit out of control. Traywick is going to have to realize that he can't just overpower. He's going to have to pull up a little bit, shoot that little bank shot, and go in for an easy basket.
Traywick's had a tendency to get into foul trouble early in the games, and that really cuts down on his productivity. They inbound the ball to Rogers, to Bristol. Harris brings it down for the Cougars. He drives between defenders, and Rogers comes from behind and gets a hand on it.
Great defense about Rogers of staying with the player.
And Rogers kept that one alive. And out to McGee, kicks it out to Marsh. Marsh goes for a three. And a 3-second violation called against the Tigers. Dothan leading 10-7 2:10 left in the first period.
Dothan's going to stay with that man-to-man press. They're going to try to pick up the tempo of this game.
Luther Grimsley in now for the Cougars. And they get it into Grimsley, and he puts it up, and he's fouled.
So far, Mitt, this game is staying very close, and Northview has had a favorable time of getting to the free throw line. This is working out very well for them.
Devon Gooden called for the foul, and at the line is Grimsley. He misses his first free throw, but Northview hasn't done a very good job of making that free throws. They're only 1 of 4 from the line.
That is true. The good thing is that they're getting there. They've got to make sure that they concentrate a little bit, follow through on their shot, and make these free throws.
They miss both free throws, and Rogers gets the rebound. Northview double teams. Marsh goes in, misses, and a rebound by number 4 for Northview.
Looks like Northview is going to want to pick up the tempo as well. This is going to be a fast-paced game, Mitt.
It will be. Marcus Davis into the game for Northview. And that's going to be a foul on Rogers. I'm thinking that may be his. Well, who did they call the foul on? 15?
It looks like that foul was on Rogers. But I tell you what, Northview dodged the bullet on that one there.
So Grimsley hits 1 of 3. I think it was on McGee.
Okay. Dothan's going to have to make sure they find the body, block out, get this rebound.
And that time, Grimsley stepped on the line, so he loses that second one. So Dothan on top by 2, 10-8, 1:17 left in the opening period.
Northview wants to stay with that man-to-man press.
A reverse layup by Gooden is missed. Northview gets the rebound. Marcus Davis over to Snell. And he's called for traveling. So the ball will go back to the Tigers. Peterman takes it out, inbounds it to Marsh. He gets it down to Gooden, who goes in, misses, and Peterman gets the rebound. Rogers to Kirkland, over to Marsh. Dothan's going to probably go for one shot.
Yeah, it looks like Northview is going to resort to the 2-3 zone defense here. They've changed from man-to-man.
Missed and a put back by a tip in by Rogers. 6 points for Jamal Rogers. Marcus Davis for the Cougars. Antonio Marsh puts it up and misses, and that's going to end the first period of play. So at the end of one, the score is Dothan 12, Northview 8. Okay, we're set to start the second period of play, and Dothan took a 12-8 lead into the first period. So what do you think of the first period, Don?
Well, it looks like both teams, Mitt, want to play an up-tempo game. There's a lot of energy in that first quarter. These kids have played against each other for a long time. They want to win. There's a lot of energy. I expect this second quarter to see both teams settle down just a little bit.
Northview missed the ball on their end of the court. It's Dothan's ball, and over to McGee, who's been quiet tonight. He has 2 points. Adrian Kirkland, Marsh, back to McGee. Bristol out on McGee, who drives to the basket and misses, and is rebounded by White.
Look out.
Bristol on the fast break, misses, but it's rebounded by Chitty, who lays it up and in for two. B.J. Chitty. Dothan gets the ball. Rogers to Marsh.
Northview's going to settle back to a 2-3 zone defense. Dothan's done a great job of taking their time with the shot.
Nice pull-up jumper that time by Bernard McGee. That's 4 points for him. Dothan on top by 4, 14-10.
Looks like Dothan wants to also pull back to a zone defense here. You're going to see these teams settle down a little bit.
Bristol to Mitchell for two. 14-12, a 2-point lead for the Tigers. And Bristol steals it, and it goes out of bounds. What a great effort that time by LeVert Bristol.
I mean, it looks like that Northview wants to play a combination of up-tempo press initially, but then settle back, get into the 2-3 zone defense, and try to play that to their advantage.
Bernard McGee with the ball for the Tigers, over to Adrian Kirkland. Back to McGee. He pulls up, dishes it over to Marsh. Marsh goes for a three. Count it. Greg Marsh, 5 points.
That is going to be critical for Dothan, considering that Northview wants to play that zone defense.
And a tip in from Chitty. That's 4 points for BJ. Dothan on top by 3, 17-14. Marsh for another three. It's short. I think it may have been tipped. Antonio Mitchell gets the rebound out to Jalen Harris. Over to B.J. Chitty. Marquez White. White to Mitchell. He goes for it and knocks in a three.
Good-looking stroke on that shot. Mitchell is having a very good game thus far.
We're tied at 17 apiece. Oh, and that time they tried to do an instant replay on a play earlier where Treywick was trying to get it to Rogers, and that time they couldn't connect.
Yeah, I think Treywick was thinking, I'm going to pass it straight to you, and Rogers was thinking, throw that ball up there, let me put it through.
Game tied at 17 apiece. Northview and Dothan. Dothan led 12-8 at the end of one. Chitty drives, lays it up and in for two. B.J. Chitty with 6 points. He's having a good game tonight. Northview on top by 2. Treywick banks it off the glass for 2.
That was a great shot by Treywick. He took his time that time, didn't just rush in there and throw his shoulder down. Took his time to hit that shot.
Score tied again at 19 apiece. They get it into LeVert Bristol. Bristol puts it up, misses. Rogers gets the rebound, and it goes out to McGee. And he gets it over to Kirkland, and Kirkland decides to pull it back out and set it up. That was a smart move.
Absolutely. Dothan's going to, looks like they're going to.
McGee for 3. Rogers gets the rebound on the miss.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like they're going to take their time, maybe try to execute a play here.
And they get it into Treywick, and he's fouled. Neither team in the bonus yet. Foul called on Antonio Mitchell, his second. So Mitchell takes the seat, and into the game is number 52, Jonathan Carmichael. Bernard McGee. Over to Marsh. Back out to Adrian Kirkland. Dothan's just passing it around.
Dothan's been doing a great job of making sure they take their time with the shot.
Nice fadeaway jumper that time by Bernard McGee. That's 6 points for him.
But it looks like both teams have settled down a little bit. They want to play the half-court game. They're going to take their time, try to execute some plays.
Dothan up by 2, 21-19. Shot missed by Northview, but they get the rebound. B.J. Chitty puts it up. It's short. Rogers gets the rebound for the Tigers. McGee. They leave Marsh wide open for a three. It's short. Rebounded by Harris. And Harris tries to get it over to White, and it goes out of bounds.
Harris was thinking he could get that ball down for an easy layup. He's going to have to settle down a little bit, make a better decision, not push it, not rush it, make sure that he has a good lane to pass that ball so that his teammate can get a very easy layup.
2:39 left in the first half. Dothan on top by 2, 21-19. This is the third time these two teams have met this year, and Dothan's won both times. But Northview's wanting to ink out a victory here tonight. Rogers with a nice floater. 8 points for Jamal Rogers. Good ball movement that time by the Cougars. They just couldn't finish it off.
Couldn't finish the play, but I like what I'm seeing in terms of them trying to get each other into the game and unselfish passes. They've got to do a little bit better of staying focused and making that shot.
Dothan takes it out. Inbounds it to Trewick, who puts it up, misses, and is rebounded by number 50, Ed Critton. Dothan up by 4, 23-19. 1:45 left in the first half.
Looks like Dothan wants to move back to the man-to-man defense. See how this benefits them. Got to get a backcourt here.
So Northview turns it over with a backcourt violation, so it will be the Dothan Tigers ball. Into the game is number 32, Luther Grimsley. And number 42, Brendan Gardner. McGee puts it up, misses, and Grimsley gets the rebound.
He's got to be careful here. He's going to get a 10-second.
Nice turnaround, spin around jumper coming from Marquez White. Dothan with a 2-point lead. We're under a minute left in the first half. McGee decides to pull it back out. He gets over to Marsh, and he's fouled by number 42, Brandon Gardner.
I like Gardner's effort of going after that ball. Even though he got the foul, this is what Northview needs to do. They need to stay aggressive. If they're going to be in that zone defense, they need to make sure they keep it tight and stay aggressive.
Dothan will probably go for one shot. Down to 36 seconds left. McGee gets it to Trewick, who goes up and banks it off the glass for 2.
I like that shot. If Trewick can get the ball that deep to the basket, just count it. It's gonna be a good night for him.
Trewick has 4 points tonight. And Northview wants a timeout with 11 seconds left in the second period. And so what do you think so far, Don?
I think we're in for a good ball game tonight. Looks like both teams are playing very, very well towards each other. These kids, remember, grew up in Dothan, separated by West Main Street. They know each other very, very well. So both teams want to play. They've settled down a little bit. We're in for a good game tonight here.
And many of these players out here played against each other on the football field, too. I know Adrian Kirkland for Dothan, B.J. Chitty for Northview. I remember calling those names quite a few times during the football season. So, you know, they know each other and they're competitors.
So you think it's a little bit personal here?
Yes, I do. So Northview takes the ball out with 11 seconds left in the half and trailing by 4 points, 25-21. They're cleaning up some moisture on the floor. They get the ball into Bristol, to White. White puts it up, and he draws the foul.
That was a good heads-up play by White. Didn't have much time left on the clock. It was great that he had that heads-up play, got a shot off before the end of this first half.
So Rogers is called for the foul, and at the line is number 40, Marquez White. His first time at the line tonight. He has 4 points in the game. And he misses the second. That foul was committed behind the three-point line. Him attempting a three-point shot, so he gets 3 attempts.
Northview hasn't been able to capitalize very well from the free throw line as of yet, but I like the fact that they're getting there.
So White hits 1 of 3. Marsh goes for it at the buzzer, and it's a miss. So we are at halftime, and Dothan leads by 3, 25-22. We'll be back with second half action after this timeout. Hello and welcome back to the campus of Dothan High School, where the Dothan Tigers are hosting crosstown rivals Northview. Hi, I'm Mick Kirkland along with Don McLeod. And Don, that first half was pretty exciting.
That first half was exciting, Mitt. I tell you what, these teams came out with a lot of energy. They've been pressing a lot. We've seen that, and they've settled down a little bit. They both now are playing some zone defense. We're going to see how this thing ends off in the second half.
So Dothan gets the ball first, and they're leading by 3 points, 25-22. They get the ball down to Rogers. McGee pulls up and out to Kirkland. And they try to get it into Trawick, and he was able to get it, but he loses it to Bristol. In the first half, the leading scorer for Dothan was Rogers. He had 8 points. McGee had 6. Marsh had 5, 4 from Trawick and 2 from Johnson. For Northview, the big man was that man there, B.J. Chitty, who had 6 points. Marquez White had 5 points. Antonio Mitchell had 6. Trawick decided not to force that one. That was a smart move.
That was a smart move. He's got to keep himself out of foul trouble. Dothan's going to need him in this second half, Mitt.
And Bristol only had 2 points in the first half and 1 point from Grimsley. Shot up, missed, and rebounded by Antonio Mitchell. Mitchell goes for a 3. Yes! So Mitchell comes out and hit a big three-pointer to give him 9 points in the game and give Northview a 2-point lead, 27-25. Blocked by Bristol. And it's taken away by Bernard McGee. He lays it up and in for 2.
That was some great hands by McGee and just an outstanding play.
Bernard McGee had 6 in the first half. He has a total of 8 points in the game. They give the ball to Bristol, to Harris. They get it into Bristol. He powers his way up and puts it in for 2. LeVert Bristol, his second field goal of the game. Northview on top by 2, 29-27.
Looks like Northview is coming out being aggressive. Dothan's going to have to make sure that they maintain, keep their composure.
And Bristol blocks the attempt by Trawick. Northview has come out aggressive this second half. Kirkland. Over to Marsh. Marsh goes for a three. It's missed. Trawick gets the rebound, puts it up and in for two. Stephen Trawick, 6 points.
Trawick is a force down in that paint. When he gets close to that paint, it's almost automatic, Mitt.
It is. White drives. Kicks it back out to Mitchell. Shoots. And it's going to be out of bounds off Kirkland of Dothan. So Northview will keep the ball. Taking it out is Marquez White. White inbounds it to Bristol. Bristol pulls up from the foul line, shoots, and it goes in. So Bristol has come out and put up 4 points here in the second half, and Northview's back on top by 2, 31-29. Marsh, and he's fouled by Harris.
That was a good play by Marsh, trying to penetrate, get something going for Dothan. Northview has come out thus far and really have asserted themselves in terms of really changing the direction of this game.
They have. They get it into Rogers, and he just floats in there and make it look so easy.
That is a great way for Dothan to get themselves going in this ball game.
And a blocking foul call against Marsh. Greg Marsh, his first. A good crowd here tonight. I'll tell you, we have just about a full house if everybody was sitting down. We got a lot of people standing around, but it's always good to see a good turnout.
Absolutely. These two schools have a lot of history. They know each other well. And, again, the unfortunate thing is someone has to win, and unfortunately someone has to lose.
Great hustle by B.J. Chitty, and Marsh gets it down. A great hustle that time by Greg Marsh.
Great hustle by Marsh. They had to be very careful not to get that 10-second call on them. Marsh had a very heads-up play to get that ball to the basket and draw that foul.
Foul called on Levert Bristol, his first. At the line is Greg Marsh, and he misses his first attempt. He had 5 points in the first half, hitting a 2 and a 3.
Dothan hasn't had a lot of opportunities from the free throw line here, so they're going to have to try to get there and try to capitalize a little bit.
So Marsh misses both of his free throws, and we're tied at 31 apiece. White brings it down for the Cougars.
Dothan's going to have to be careful there.
And then a 10-second call. He was taking his time, and he didn't have time to take his time.
That's right. Northview kind of had a mental lapse there. You got to remember, you got to get that ball over the half-court line by 10 seconds. You can't afford that.
And there wasn't any pressure on him.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that was a mental mistake that time by White.
Can't afford to have those on Northview's side.
Especially in a close game like this. Rogers comes up with it.
Absolutely.
Then he goes in and draws a foul.
Dothan's got the chance to capitalize on Northview's mistake of not being mentally into the game right there and losing that ball and turning it over. Let's see what they can do at the free throw line.
Antonio Snell called for the foul. Rogers' first time at the line tonight, and it goes in. That's 11 points for Rogers. He makes both of his free throws. So Dothan's back on top by 2, 33-31.
Looks like Dothan wants to fall back into that zone defense. They're going to force Northview to shoot over top.
Nice shot that time by Luther Grimsley. We're tied again at 33. This is one of those games where it may come down to who has the ball last on who wins this game.
Absolutely. These teams have played each other quite a few times this year, and so far Dothan has lucked out and made the most of it, but I think Northview is very hungry.
They are. So the ball is out of bounds off Northview, so it remains with the Tigers. Chitty's back into the game for the Cougars. Mitchell takes a seat, and Bristol takes a seat. Marsh goes up, throws in. A good power move that time by Greg Marsh.
Good heads-up play by Marsh. Northview's going to have to make sure they don't give way to that baseline. They're going to have to hold their ground.
Dothan back on top by 2, 35-33. Shot up for 3 is missed, but rebounded by Harris. And we'll see who the foul is on. If it's on Trawick, it will be his third. Yeah, that's Trawick's third foul, so that could spell trouble for the Tigers late in the game. So Northview's probably going to try to attack Trawick. Rogers goes up high and gets the rebound.
They're going to need Trawick to maintain, keep his composure, do not let himself get into deeper foul trouble.
Grimsley gets the rebound on the miss by Marsh. Chitty. Northview's moving it around, trying to find something open. And they get it in to Grimsley, and he tried to get it down to Walker, and it goes out of bounds, but it will remain with the Cougars. Chitty drives, pulls up for the jumper, and it was almost tipped in by Grimsley, but Dothan gets the rebound. Trawick. Boy, that was close.
That was a close one. I tell you what, he's got those 3 fouls, and you could almost see every Dothan fan in here hold their breath when he went up for that basket.
That foul was called on number 20, Dylan Walker, his first. Trawick misses his first free throw attempt. He has 6 points in the game.
We've got to continue to watch Dothan at the free throw line. They haven't had a lot of opportunities. They're starting to get there a little bit more, but they still haven't capitalized just yet.
So Trawick missed both of his free throw attempts. Good hands that time by Trawick. Grimsley was trying to get the ball in down low to Bristol. Trawick takes a seat, and Devontae Johnson comes in.
Looks like they're going to try to save Trawick a little bit and use him more in that final quarter. He's going to be big for them.
Three-point attempt missed, and a good play that time by number 44, Devontae Johnson, knocking the ball away from Bristol. Northview takes it out. Walker will be inbounding the ball. Gets it into number 14. Mitchell goes up high for the rebound. Gets it, puts it back up and in. Antonio Mitchell, 11 points.
Mitchell has some great skills. It was an outstanding way of making sure he uses that extension, stay with that rebound, and made a great shot there.
So we're tied at 35 apiece, 1:16 left in the third. This is kind of what we expected tonight.
Absolutely.
You know, we talk about this rivalry between Dothan and Northview, and they have had some players to go on and do some big things. Right now, Xavier Gibson, who played with Northview 2 years ago, well, actually 3 years ago, and he's now with the Florida State Seminoles,
yes,
playing in the toughest conference in the league.
I can remember him, I can remember he was an outstanding offensive and defensive rebounding. He was a great block shotter. He was a great player to watch.
Devontae Johnson slides in and banks one off the glass for 2. Dothan back on top by 2. And, you can talk about some of the memorable players. Larry Bracken, they all called him LB. Mitchell makes 2 to tie the score. And he went on to have a professional football career. Nice move that time by Bernard McGee. Man, this is like a heavyweight boxing match. They're slugging it out.
They are going back and forth, toe-to-toe.
Mitchell pulls up. Rogers gets the rebound. Out to McGee. Kirkland pulls up. McGee goes for a 3 at the buzzer. It's short. So we have arrived at the end of 3, and the score is Dothan 39, Northview 37. Okay, we're back at the beginning of the 4th period, and the first 3 were smokers. Dothan's up by 2, 39-37. High unmet Kirkland on with Dunn, McLeod, and Dunn. It's been everything we expected.
Everything we expected. Both teams are still very, very aggressive. They have the will to win. This is going to be an exciting 4th quarter, Mick.
So Dothan commits a foul. I believe it's going to be called on number 31, Adrian Kirkland, his first. Taking it out for Northview is number 40. For number 40, that's Marquez White. They get it into Harris and out to Chitty. Bristol, cross-court pass to Mitchell. Mitchell drives the baseline, gets it to Bristol, puts it up, and he gets it and puts it back in for 2. LeVert Bristol.
That was a great second effort by Bristol to stay with the ball and make that basket.
So we tied again at 7:05. Left in the 4th at 39 apiece.
Looks like Northview wants to pull back and play a 2-3 zone defense here. They're going to force Dothan to shoot over top of this zone defense.
Kirkland for 3, yes. Adrian Kirkland with a big 3-pointer to put the Tigers up by 3, 42-39. So Northview's going to come back and try to answer. Jalen Harris over to Bristol. It's knocked out of bounds by Kirkland. So it's the Cougars' ball.
Looks like Dothan wants to also settle back into the zone defense. They're going to also force Northview to shoot over top of that zone defense.
Jalen Harris over to White. Chitty pulls up, shoots, short. Bristol gets the rebound, puts it back up and in. LeVert Bristol.
Dothan's going to have to do a better job of putting a body on Bristol, making sure that he doesn't get a second chance from that offensive rebound.
A great defensive play that time by Harris. Great play.
Both of these teams have a lot of energy going into this last 5-6 minutes, Mitt.
They do. And, it's a 1-point game. Dothan up by 1, 42-41. They're just showing a lot of patience. Treywood pulls up for the shot, misses, hustles, gets this rebound, and it goes over to Kirkland. And that time, McGee drove the baseline and lost the handle on it. Whoa! Oh. That was an outstanding effort offensively and defensively. A great move by Mitchell. That time taking it in up over Rogers, and Rogers got a piece of it, but Mitchell was able to put it in.
Mitchell has had a great game thus far in this game. He's been playing with a lot of energy, a lot of intensity, and he has really been the difference here for Northview.
And we talked about it before the game started that Mitchell was going to have a big night if Northview had any chance of winning this game.
Absolutely. And he has certainly delivered, Mitt.
So Dothan's going to try to get the ball in Rogers' hand. He's been a little quiet here in the second half. McGee pulls up. Count it. Bernard McGee, that's 12 points for him. It's tied at 44 apiece. I have seen many games played between these teams just like this.
We're starting to see the energy level pick up again, Mitt, and this is going to be time for both teams to keep their composure.
Blocked by Rogers.
Look out.
Oh, what a play. Jamar Rogers. Wow. He is so smooth.
He is something to watch. I tell you what, he's going to need to get back into this game in the last 4 minutes and 39 seconds of this game. He's going to be very important for them, Mitt.
So the score is 46 for Dothan, 44 for Northview with 4:39 left in the fourth. Northview takes the ball out. We're down to 4:39. Dothan has taken a 2-point lead. This game has been tied so many times, we don't have a record of it.
Absolutely. It looks like Dothan wants to stay in that 2-3 zone defense. They're going to continue to force Northview to shoot over top of that defense.
Northview inbounds it. White goes up, misses, and there's a battle for the rebound, and Mitchell gets it and calls a timeout. Good heads-up play that time by Antonio Mitchell. Mitchell has come out very strong tonight. He had 6 points in the first half, and the second half he's put up quite a few more. Northview takes the ball out. Mitchell has 16 points so far in the game for the Cougars. They get the ball into Bristol. Jalen Harris over to White. He gets it into Grimsley, who puts it up and in for 2. We have a tie ball game with just over 4 minutes left. Marsh goes between defenders and puts it up and in for 2. Greg Marsh, 9 points.
The energy level right now, Mitt, is off the charts.
Kirkland makes the steal. McGee over to Marsh. Marsh sets for a 3. Misses, and it's rebounded by Bristol. Dothan on top, 48-46, 3:37 left in the fourth.
Dothan's looks like they're gonna stay with that 2-3 zone defense.
And Dothan has forced 2 Northview turnovers, and they have missed scoring opportunities on those turnovers. Bristol to Mitchell for 2. Tie game. Trawick to Marsh. And Marsh is fouled. Oh, they call a jump ball, and it's Dothan's ball.
That was good defense on Northview's part to slide their feet, make sure they got their hand on that ball, force the jump ball.
Dothan takes it out, inbounds it to Marsh. 3 minutes. This is like the 3-minute warning.
Absolutely. And Northview is going to stay in that 2-3 zone defense. They're going to continue to force Dothan to shoot over top of that defense.
Dothan had 2 perfect scoring opportunities on turnovers, and they could not finish it off either time.
Whatever team is able to execute the best down in this last little bit here is going to prevail.
And Dothan turns it over into the hands of Harris. to Mitchell, to Chitty. And they get it down under to Bristol. And he's fouled. And he's going to be shooting 2.
What's going to be key, Mitt, in this last 2 minutes and 14 seconds is that whatever team is able to turn the ball over less and also maintain their composure will probably prevail in this game.
That's 4 fouls for Stephen Trawick. Northview can take the lead if Bristol makes these. He does make his first. That's 11 points for Bristol.
Both teams have been able to get to the free throw line a little bit more in this second half. Northview's been able to capitalize.
And he misses his second attempt. And it's blocked, and it goes out of bounds off Dothan. Northview's leading by 1, 49-48 with 2:09 left.
McGee actually dodged the bullet there. You never save that ball under your opponent's basket. You got to be very careful. Let yourself go out of bounds.
They get it into Bristol. Into White. He puts it up for 2. So Northview's up by 3. They get it to Rogers, who puts it up, and he's fouled. We're under 2 minutes. Northview leading by 3, 51-48.
That was a good effort by Rogers to get a shot off, get fouled, get to the free throw line, stop the clock a little bit, get some points on the board.
Rogers is 2 of 2 from the line, and he misses that one. Trawick takes a seat, and into the game is Avante Johnson.
Rogers is a pretty good free throw shooter. He's going to need to make this next shot here.
He misses both of his free throws, and Northview gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell gets it to Chitty, to Bristol, who puts it up and in for 2. LeVert Bristol puts Northview ahead by 5.
Dothan's got to make sure they don't panic.
Marsh goes in, puts it up and count it. Greg Marsh comes through big time. To the displeasure of the Northview fans.
You think these teams want to win tonight?
Both teams have come up with big plays right here down the stretch. Marsh misses, but Rogers gets the rebound and kicks it back out to Marsh, and they're going to call him for the charge.
Just a little bit too much there. Marsh lowered that shoulder. He needed to bring that ball out. Still a lot of time on the clock, Mick.
It is 53-50, Northview leading, and they want a timeout. So with 1:32 left in the fourth, the score is Northview 53, Dothan 50. Northview crowd has come alive here. We're down to just over a minute and a half, and the Cougars are leading by 3, and they have the ball. And they turn it over. And, well, almost. It goes out of bounds off Dothan.
Both teams are going to have to settle down a little bit. There's a lot of energy in this game right now. We've got a minute and 31 to go. Anything can happen, Mitt.
Anything. Jalen Harris brings it up for the Cougars. And he travels. They call it the traveling or offensive foul. Offensive foul called on Harris. He should have just pulled that one back out. He tried to force things that time.
Tried to force it, and that was a great defensive play by Johnson there. He is really psyched up, and this game is really, really starting to really get very exciting. If it wasn't already exciting, Mitt, I tell you what, I can't wait.
So what Northview should have done is just slow the ball down. They have a 3-point lead and run some time off the clock and try to get some more points on the board.
Absolutely. And Dothan's got to realize they've got a lot of time here. Don't feel rushed. Get a basket in.
Shot by Marsh is off. It's rebounded by Bristol.
Dothan's got to not be too anxious to foul. They've got enough time.
Traveling.
Get a turnover. There you go.
Good defensive play that time by the Tigers. They put a lot of pressure on Northview trying to get the ball down court. And so we're down to we're down to 1 minute and 1 second. And Northview still holding on to a 3-point lead. Dothan takes the ball out after the forced turnover. We're down to 1 minute. They're trailing by 3. Marsh to McGee. McGee to Marsh. McGee. Dothan's taking their time.
They're taking their time, but they're going to have to get a shot up here to make sure they have a little bit of time if they...
McGee for a 3. Short. They went for the 3-pointer instead of working it in. And
Dothan's going to have to think about fouling here.
And Northview wants a timeout. 32 seconds. They took a lot of time off the clock that time, and they went for the 3, and it fell short.
Absolutely. I was going to say, Mitt, if Dothan really needed to get a shot up there, hopefully get a 2-pointer, close this game up a little bit. They wasted too much time. Unfortunately, the 3-pointer was short, and now they're going to have to be forced to foul a little bit, try to get back in this game.
And the thing about it is, if they had worked the ball into maybe Trawick or to Rogers and try to get a shot off under the basket and maybe pick up a foul and get 3 points that way.
Yes. I've been a little bit surprised. Rogers has been a little bit quiet in this second half, and I think that has caught up a little bit with Dothan. He
had 6 points in the second half. He has a total of 14 points in the game. Northview takes it out. Marquez White takes it out for the Cougars. And a good defensive play that time by Adrian Kirkland. Dothan's playing the inbound pass very tight. They're trying. What they want to do is come up with a turnover here and get a quick basket.
Absolutely. We can expect if they don't get that turnover, we can expect a foul right away.
Jump ball, and it's Northview's ball. So 28 seconds left.
That was a good heads-up play there by Dothan. They're going to have to do it one more time.
They get it into Chitty.
They can't waste too much time here.
Dothan's called for the foul, and Jalen Harris will be going to the line. He's one of 3. No, that's Jalen Harris. This is his first time at the line tonight. He has 2 points. Northview's leading by 3 with 20 seconds left.
And Northview has done a better job of getting to the free throw line this second half than Dothan has. And they are capitalizing on their free throws. Let's see if they continue to do that.
They miss, and Rogers gets the rebound.
They're going to have to look for a 3 here.
Kirkland goes for a 3. It's off, but Marsh gets the rebound, puts it up. And they're fouled. Dothan had 2 excellent opportunities.
Absolutely.
And they could not take advantage of it.
And the amazing thing about this game that Dothan has had the advantage over Northview the entire season, but I think that the Northview fans can really smell that they are on the verge of victory for the first time this season.
Bristol's at the line for Northview. It falls short. Harris gets the rebound, and he's fouled with 4.2 seconds left.
Very poor execution on defense that time by Dothan. They didn't find a man to block out. They've got to block out.
So at the line is number 5, Jalen Harris. He missed his last free throw attempt, and I guess Marsh fouls out.
Northview is going to need to make one of these free throws, at least one of these free throws, to make it a two-possession game.
So with 4.2 seconds left in the fourth, the score is Northview 53, Dothan 50. At the line is number 5, Jalen Harris.
He's going to need
Shoot
to make one of these.
He makes the first one to put Northview up by 4. And that could be the difference in this game. He misses the second. Rogers gets it. Goes for a 3. And it's short. Northview upsets the Dothan Tigers 54-50. And they made a great comeback. Dothan led 12-8 at the end of 1. They led 25-22 at the end of 2, led by 2 at the end of 3, and they fall short in the fourth, 54-50. Any closing comments, Don?
I would just say this has been a truly amazing, exciting game. It was a lot of intensity. Both teams started out with a lot of energy. They settled down in the mid part of this game. The intensity level picked back up. Certainly, you know, Northview wanted to win this game a little bit more than Dothan did tonight, and my hats go off to Northview. They came through, they focused, they stayed intense, and they were the victors tonight.
And I agree with you 100%. They never gave up, and if Dothan had won this game, it would have been a sweep of 3 games this year. Dothan went over to Northview, and they kind of embarrassed them in their own gym, so they wanted revenge tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Mid. And when you think about these kids have grown up with each other, they've gone to many of the same elementary schools and junior high schools. Many of them are separated by West Main Street, and many of them are neighbors and cousins and friends. This is a rivalry for the ages. And so tonight we saw an exciting game. I look for this game to go down amongst the classic of Northview Dothan games, and wow.
It was a classic. It was a classic, and what better way to end the series for this year with Northview pulling out an upset victory over the Dothan High Tigers. Now, recapping the scoring for the leading scorer for Dothan High was number 12, Jamal Rogers, with 14. Bernard McGee had 12. Greg Marsh had 11 points, 6 from Stephen Trawick and 4 from Devontae Johnson. For Northview, we talked about who had to have a big game tonight. We said that Antonio Mitchell had to have a big game for Northview to have a chance to win the game. And Antonio Mitchell had a big game, scoring 18 points. Levert Bristol had 13, 8 from B.J. Chitty, 5 from Luther Grimsley, 7 from Marquez White, 3 from Jalen Harris. So it was a big night for the Tigers and the Cougars. It was exactly what you expected in the kind of game you like to see. So I guess that's going to wrap it up for our game tonight, where the Northview Cougars defeat the Dothan Tigers by a score of 54-50. On behalf of my cohort tonight is Don McLeod. Good to have you here, Don.
It has been my pleasure, Mitt, and I've really enjoyed this game, and I've enjoyed watching these teams play this season. I cannot wait until the next one.
Okay, and the cameraman tonight is Brian Nyman, so we're going to say a good night from Dothan High School.